Listen, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Sibling Watchery. But we want you all to know, yes, the next episode on a Wednesday will be Sibling Rivalry. We're going back to the Watchery Rivalry schedule. So we will see you all there.
Or maybe we won't. If you salty, if you salty, go listen to Race Chaser. They do whatever they do over there.
Oh my God.
Before we start this episode, I want to let you guys all know that I have a digital drag fest show. I recorded it today. It's going to be fucking incredible. Live band, background zingers, background zingers.
You gonna be fucking them up? You're gonna be getting them. Everybody in the background, you getting zinged, honey.
So if you want tickets to my digital drag fest show, it is May 30th. It's set for May 30th. So get tickets because you help support me and see this beautiful work I did. Bob, it's fierce. Are you going to get a ticket to my digital drag fest show?
I'll go. I mean, it does seem like you just admitted to everyone that it's not live. But yeah, I'll go.
No one said it was live.
Well, now we all know.
Roberta, how are you doing? I miss you.
I miss you too. This is not Sibling Rivalry. This is Sibling Watchery, and we have.
Well, I just want to we got a lot of comments. People like, are they just gonna talk about Legendary always? First of all, do you even listen to the show, Tamar? We literally said the first week we're playing catch up with Legendary. This week we go back to normal scheduling. So Monday Watchery, Wednesday Rivalry. So stop your motherfucking complaining.
Well, if you're listening by now, then you've already listened to an episode of Rivalry because it's Wednesday or later.
No, do you listen to the show, Tamar?
No, we were doing 2 episodes of Watchery, 2 episodes of Watchery, then going back to normal.
Right, so Monday is Watchery. This is coming out Monday, and then Wednesday is going to be Rivalry. What are you talking about?
We'll see.
We'll see. I work at the company. I know the schedule.
I have the launch codes, okay? We'll see.
This episode of Legendary, Roberta, I'm sure we're going to agree, but one of these groups really turned my wig all the way the fuck around. I was undone.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is roll it back. This is a great episode of. Yes. So, and this week we are all they are focusing on hip hop and pop art. Now I'm really intrigued because like sometimes the categories like what they're highlighting and their category just there seems to be something that they're not congruent.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously I think this is because in regular balls, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they do this, like they're like balls, but I think for the purposes of this show is a cross between America's Best Dance Crews and Vogue. So it's like
well, what are you saying they're gonna do? Because there are themed balls. There are balls that have a theme.
There are themed balls, but to say that you have to, but again, doing full on choreo where your choreo has to be reminiscent of hip hop and Vogue, I don't see that. Anytime I see balls, the balls have a theme. Like, it would be like,
go ahead, Ma.
If there's a hip hop ball, like you do, they normally like the categories like you serve hip hop looks, but I don't think they're voguing be hip hop. Like for example, when we went to like the Addams Family Ball, whatever it was, people weren't doing like spooky dancing; they were just voguing normally.
Well, I think it all depends. I think it depends on the category. So if it's hip hop dancing, then maybe they would have you to wear hip hop clothes. Maybe for the voguers, they would have them wear hip hop clothes and also do some hip hop things while voguing. And also, obviously, they're only having them walk one category per episode, as opposed to at a ball, every category would have been walked. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, they choose to do pop art and hip hop, which is a very interesting combination. But there are some areas where I can see the crossover between the two.
Yeah, for sure. And with these judges' looks, somebody just put some tights on Taraji and this jacket. I feel like Taraji could have come harder. No shade.
In Taraji's defense, I want to say this. Taraji is an actor. I don't think Taraji comes from the world of dressing up for a living unless like there's a whole crew doing it. Like we have crews and people helping us and we make stuff ourselves and yada, yada, yada. But usually Taraji's like, I don't think that Taraji comes from the club where we turn looks. You know what I mean?
This is the 19th time you've given this excuse. Bitch, they have $1 million teams to get these stylish people.
Okay, I don't think that Taraji is using her team on a guest appearance on Legendary.
Well, that's shady. She's not. Like, come dressed to the nines, baby. The rest of the judges are. You see, I'm sure before she got the gig, they probably showed her, she probably watched clips. You see that Megan Thee Stallion is showing up in a full look with a ball gown and a Little Red Riding Hood. Like, you see all that, so why would you not want to come and give that same energy?
Maybe that's just not what Taraji does. That's just not what she gives. Like, you're asking.
And according to you, that's not what Normani does. That's not what
obviously it's not what it's clearly not what they do, because they had done it. But when they invited Dominique down there, she turned the look, because it's what she does. You know what I mean?
One would argue that she did what needed to be done.
To quote Taraji, hey, listen to me. Hold your head up, little nigga. Listen, motherfucker.
I love Meg's look. I love the hair. My favorite thing was her hair. Megan's hair is always laid. And she did this Instagram video a while back where she took her wig off. She's like, bitch, I have bundles I have like hair here.
Can I say the top two of the week for looks, minus this same hair? Jamila's gown is everything.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really good. She looks great.
This gown is so beautiful. I also really love this little Basquiat this Basquiat suit that Law is wearing.
Yeah, I think Law looked great. I love the Leomi's makeup and hair. She looked beautiful.
You know, Coach did a Basquiat collection. I have one of the Basquiat bags.
Oh my God, yes, we know. You and Megan did Basquiat by Coach.
Wow, you are so jealous. You don't ever do this. You don't ever do this to Bunny.
The fans are telling me they commented on a video saying that Jamila does her own makeup every episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they said. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but that's what I saw like 4 comments saying that. She might shock us in the finale and give a brand new look, and child, we're gonna be gooped, gagged.
We're gonna find out in her wig she's bald. She's a bald headed bitch.
Oh my God.
Let's go into the House of Icon.
The House of Icon. And their little like pre-number story thing, I identify so hard with them. Like, you tell, like, they were saying, like, we, like, are in the bottom and, like, we don't know how to, like, get out of this. I'm like, girl, I know those feelings. Like, that was me episode 4 and 5 of Drag Race. I'm like, this is a shitty place to be. And they're like, what do we do? And I want to let the House of Icon know I stand in solidarity with you. I know exactly how that feels, and it sucks.
Can I just say that Jamil is so beautiful? I don't know why this just snuck up on me. I was like, this guy's hot. And it's also, obviously, you always seen the show, and I don't want to, like, there's no spoilers. If you're watching this, you've already watched the show, or you're just expecting spoilers. But clearly they did not survive this week. But they got such a great score. I mean, their scores, look at their scores.
See, but I thought that they were, I didn't feel like they were fierce. Like, I thought that they were good.
But it's weird they got a 9-10, 9-9-10, and then went home. That's wild.
Because most of the groups were really good, and also they've been in the bottom 19 times.
I mean, also, that being said, girl, 2 times in the bottom, honestly, in a row, and then 3. At that point, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun. We'll get into it later. I love these looks, to be honest.
Yeah, their looks were great. I love their looks, too. I think their looks are really dope.
Like, Jamil's look is just so good, and so does Kylie Cat. She looks amazing. All right, so let's go on to Balenciaga.
So disappointed in their performance this week.
Were you?
Yeah, out the gate I gave them a 7.
So I gave, for some reason I did not score them. That's crazy. Let me just, so first of all, Honey is gone for a second week in a row.
I know.
Honey was there for the performance last week, but was not there for rehearsal. This week she's been gone for both performances, which I feel really. Like, I really feel for the house. Like, there's 2 houses. Like, you remember they started one house off being like, hey, he broke his hand and he gone.
He broke his arm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But out the gate, these outfits I thought were so ugly.
Well, I think it's very it is inspired by the artist, but I agree. It's giving pajamas.
Their dance did not feel hip hop to me. I didn't get the hip hop aspect of this challenge with Balenciaga's number. Like, period.
It took. I just want to say this out loud. I remember just writing down. I could look at Shannon forever. She's just. I
love her.
I don't want to reduce Shannon to her physical appearance, but like, just oh my god, like I just love the way she looks.
Last week, I was literally. I was like listening to the podcast over, and I was literally on the verge of tears. I was like talking about her. I don't know. Also, because they tell these stories about these folk, and it just makes me. I get really connected to these people in the show.
Yeah, and I really love the way I actually really like the way they highlighted hip hop. I probably would have given them like a 8 or a 7, maybe an 8. But also, can we talk about Khalik and Cookie Lion? Not Cookie. Cookie going. I mean, not Cookie. Taraji going full on Cookie at Khalik. Like, it's one of those things where it's like he was crying, and I don't know why Taraji was like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, I know it was weird, but on Taraji's side, I'm like, bitch, Khalik, y'all been in the top every week, and y'all were this week again. Like, what are you crying about? Because you got one bad critique for a bad performance? Like, girl, get a grip.
They never got judged like this. But I did
Yeah.
love the way they turned Shannon around in that thing. I just love when she because she was in that thing, right? And they turned her around, and then
Oh
she did a little
yeah,
runway walk.
yeah. They also critiqued her for doing the same shit every week, which I kind of agree. I'm like, Mother Gia would really be out here shitting on these hoes by doing like full everything her kids are doing, and no shade, but Mother Shannon does kind of do the same role every week. Like it's
Okay,
pretty.
let's talk about that. First of all, that's not true. That's what you're saying is just not okay.
Oh, the duck walk thing.
Sometimes you have the one thing you can do, and you work on that. I think I got a feeling that Mother Shannon's been working on that old way duck walk since it was new way. Okay, back when it was just the way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that what Mother Shannon's also doing, what she's bringing, is she's the mother of the house. She's like orchestrating shit. So it's not always about getting out there and turning and spinning and jumping up and down. She's not clowning herself or trying to do some shit she can't do.
Okay, and listen, I love Balenciaga. Every week I rave about how much I love Mother Shannon, how she like is literally the greatest person. I'm just giving my honest opinions and critiques, bitch.
Ain't nobody fighting you. I'm just saying. I think that what Mother Shannon doing is, in my opinion, smart. That being said, let's talk about Teachy, who's doing Warhol.
They literally, honestly, in all of Legendary, this was the best story, the best number, the concept, the makeup, the hair. This was fucking everything.
Yeah.
The staging, this was so good.
I wrote down Gia is the mother of mothers. Like, she is Khaleesi up in this bitch. Like, she was so good when they yelled Andy's coming at the end. Even though I know that like Toy Story is not a museum, but like the idea of like going back to being lifeless was just a really brilliant. Like, talk about pop culture. That was a pop culture moment that a lot of people our age know. I love that cartwheel into the duck walk was.
Oh my god, that's what I put too. Yes. By Simone, right?
Yeah, the cartwheel and then landing directly into the duck walk was really fucking great.
I fucking gagged.
Their makeup is just so good. And obviously, it's just everything. Everything. This little pillbox
so
hat on Mother Gia's head. Dro in this Warhol wig. It's just all
and them like having such a beautiful makeup to contrast the looks they're wearing, like pairing that pink face with the teal, Mother Gia, doing flipping that Dro, the green with honestly head to toe, beginning to end, this was phenomenal.
It was so good, and I cannot believe they did not win this episode.
I know. I mean, but there were 2 categories, girl. You got to come in all categories, baby. That's how you get grand prize. I get the big trophies.
I am destroyed. I am disheveled. I have been disgraced.
But enough about your drag.
This is wild. Let's move on to Mugler, who is doing Basquiat.
I gotta be honest, my babies did not turn it this week.
So what did I give Mugler? I gave Mugler an 8.
I give him an 8 as well.
So when they did the dancing through the decades, like it was maybe 3 seconds of it, like
and
90s,
awkward. Each of them felt like they didn't want to do it. Diego was like, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, like the 90s, like.
It felt very that.
Also, they really, in my opinion, really did Tati dirty with this whole look. Mama's wearing a floaty.
She's the fucking carnival queen.
And when
And
they
them
called,
damn pants.
and when Law Roach called her pants Delta, I said, "Bitch." I mean, even though I don't think they wear red on Delta, they wear blue.
They
I
used
think.
to. Yeah, well, actually, no. On Delta, the red coats, like the managers that work the front, they wear red.
They got her together. These pants are shady. These pants are shady as hell. And also, I agree with all the other judges. I don't see Basquiat in this.
I agree. I don't see Basquiat in
Like,
it
it just
either.
looks like graffiti, not Basquiat.
Yeah. And then, but one thing I did love was they implemented a lot of TikTok dances, which I thought was smart.
All right, let's talk about Orichi.
The House of Christina Ricci.
So, okay, Orichi. Now this is a pop artist who I'm not terribly familiar with. They're supposed to be doing Peter Max. I'm not super. Peter Max was the first one that I was not familiar. I will say this: once I looked up Peter Max's work, I was like, oh, this does look. I do recognize this.
I did not. I have never seen this, but it looks cool.
I'm still stuck on. Okay, yeah. I mean, it looks. So I wrote down I gave them a 9.
I gave them a 10. I thought they were amazing. I loved Father Omari's vibe. Father Omari talks like a traditional ball commentator, like Father Omari talks like this, and he talks like this. He's like, yeah, because we're coming to the ball. I love it.
I really loved the no music part. I thought that was really a great.
It was really good. It was very New York. I thought that they did the best job of blending and fusing Vogue and hip hop. Like, it was so seamless. Like, some of the other groups, like, it was a little obvious they were trying to do the hip hop Vogue challenge. Whereas the House of Orichi, I felt like it just felt super organic.
Let's go on to the House of Garcon. Which
bitch, Tonka in this wig. Tonka in this wig. Tonka gonna do this fucking wig.
I don't think that's a wig. I'm realizing. I'm thinking to myself now. Have I ever seen Tonka's hair?
Yes, last week he had a Little Caesar, right, Jacob?
Because I was looking and I was thinking to myself, what does Tonka's? I kept thinking over and over again, what does Tonka's hair look like? I kept thinking that, like, is this? I kept being like, what is going on with Tonka's hair? And then during rehearsal, he was wearing that little skull cap. So I was like, I don't know what. I remember thinking to myself, is this Tonka's hair?
Because he was probably in the process of getting his shit braided.
Okay, so let's go into the House of Garcon, which is how Deshaun always says it. Okay, it seems like they put an unfair amount of pressure on Tonka.
See, look, Bob, look at Tonka's hair last week. Bitch, last week he had 0.2 centimeters of hair.
All right, congratulations. You got it. You got me, Mo. You got me. I feel like that was too much pressure to put on Tonka. It was too, like, at no point are they like, you don't want to see more of this one specific person. That did not seem fair to me.
I agree with that, but I do realize that every time, in every number, since week 1 or whenever they started, week 1 or 2, I don't remember this point, but every time you see Tonka and Mother Stasha are always off doing something, striking a set piece, getting ready for the next scene, and you see the other 3 dancing. Like, they always do that to them. I don't know if other groups are doing that, but we don't see it as well. But I feel like they always showcase that in Garcon. Like, Tonka and Mother Stasha are always somewhere doing a thing, moving a cloak, getting her undressed, and the other 3 are dancing. Always.
That being said, this is the best dressed house of the night for me.
Best dress?
Yes. I
mean, I guess I do. I do like that.
These bubble coats, this crop top bubble coat, the vest, the corset on Milan.
Yeah. You're right.
The only thing I'm really pissed off about is that they did not show that gown at all.
What gown?
See? Exactly. They made a bubble coat gown for Mother Stasha, but she was just sitting in it. They were all laying in it. That thing that Mother Stasha was laying in on the ground, that's a bubble coat gown, but she never stood up and did anything in it. Got it. That's odd.
Oh. Yeah, that is weird. Sometimes these groups make, like, what is it? 2 weeks ago with the 7 Deadly Sins, and they had Sedusa on the pole. I was like, They barely featured that poll, but they were so adamant about having it in the number.
I mean, that split under the leg was epic. It was
Everything.
great. It was
Phenomenal.
just
It was
so
really
fucking
good.
good. I gave them an 8 because there were a
Oh my
few.
god. Me too. I get them an 8 as well.
Everyone was saying they were perfect, but I was like, it was not perfect. And if you don't believe me, go back to I wrote this down: 31 minutes and 45 seconds. Right when
Damn.
Milan, Sevilla, and Egypt go into the choreography, whoever was in the middle was like off from the other two, or like then the one in the front was a little bit off. And I was like, but it wasn't perfect, and that's okay. But like,
Not about giving the timestamp receipts.
time stamped. They're going into the body category, which they're taking body into a new like way, and they're making it less about like having the perfect body, and it's about celebrating your body, like whatever your body is, celebrating that and making it about confidence. I really appreciate that that's where body is now, as opposed to having some sort of a perfect standard for what a body is supposed to be.
Was it ever the perfect body though?
Yes, Monet. They used to rub your face, and during the face category, and if you had like stubble, they would cut you. They used to be like you're lumpy, your titties are too small, your waist to hip ratio is not good. Like, girl, ballroom used to be, and probably still is in a lot of places, cut the fuck throat, like
Oh
not
yeah.
nice.
But yeah, because they were giving participation awards. Like, bitch, you coming up here, you need to be the standard, honey. You need to be perfection.
So I do love that it's less about like falling into the perfect standard of beauty and more into this other realm. I appreciate that.
It's why I've stopped doing ballroom.
Anyway, shit. So they chopped Tonka from the body category. Do you think that was a
That
smart
was
idea?
smart. I think
Yeah,
that was smart. I think Tonka would have come out there and fucking turned it.
yeah. Stasha says she has not walked body in 15 years. These girls getting back in the game after all this time, I would never have the confidence. Not after a 15-year break.
I loved Remy. I mean, good for you, bitch. Have your confidence in your thing. I was like, Remy, baby. Remy seemed very overconfident.
I think Remy is very sexy,
Oh,
and
I think Remy's sexy too. But Remy was like, these hoes that got shit on me. I'm like, he said some comment like, I know that I'm really like, I know that I am the body. Like, I know I'm the one to beat. I was like, all right, calm down, Miss Thing.
I would say when I saw Remy body, I was like sexy as hell. Like I
Oh,
think
I would gobble them up.
Kylie Cat, like even in her in the interviews, like talking about body, like her language was like very like she was covering herself up, and I was like,
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
I'm not seeing it for you because it's about confidence, and in this moment talking about your body, you're covering up the whole as much as you can with your arms. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I just remember thinking to myself, it's not going to be a good week for Kylie if that's the confidence she's taking to to the runway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
When I heard that Diego was walking by, I was like, Monet's about to shit a brick.
Bob, I mean, I was literally, I couldn't even contain myself. I was like, his body is insane.
His body's great. I mean, it's a little more muscly than I usually go for. I'm more of a Dro and Remy type, but I can acknowledge that Diego's body is clearly bananas.
But also to have that body, that means you are just eating grilled chicken and broccoli literally every day. You working out 7 days a week. Like, it takes so much work to look like that.
He probably eats a little bit of ass too every once in a while. Every once in a while. Well, Dro walked out and he was holding his outfit in his hand.
I was not featuring Drew. I love Dro's body. I wasn't featuring his walk. I wasn't featuring Kylie's walk. I wasn't featuring Dro's walk. And I was not featuring Remy's walk. And Mother Stasha with that floating coat, I did not see that coming. I lost my mind when that happened.
Oh yeah, the coat gag was everything. When that shit stood up by itself, I was like, oh my God. And I would say this, honestly, the moment Shannon came out, I was like, I don't know why everyone else is acting like they're gonna win. I don't even see why anyone up here thinks they would ever beat Mother Shannon in
She,
body.
looks
She was
incredible.
so confident. She was so her everything. She was butt the fuck naked. They were like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
will only be showing on HBO. Y'all can't put this on the internet because this category."
Oh, bitch. Naked. Jamila, we're going to get there, but when they were at like the final battle, Jamila couldn't even look down. She's like, oh my God. She was like, is she naked? I'm like, bitch, you don't have eyes. You don't see? Yes, she's naked.
Is that her pussy? Diego was very mad that he got beat by Dro.
Rightfully so.
He was hot. He was mad.
Rightfully so. What do you think about that? I was like, these judges are haters. I was like, the hate on Diego honestly boggles my mind. I was
not hate on Diego. I mean, I don't know that it was a hate on Diego.
It was Law when Law chopped Diego for whatever category. Every other judge was
Monet, Diego cannot walk in heels. It was crunch. It was crunch. It was
crunch.
It was
bitch.
Crunch.
He got chopped, and the rest of the judges all looked at Law like, "Are you smoking reefer?"
It was crunch.
You're a hater. You're a hater too. You on the hate Diego chain.
Man, you are defending this man, and he ain't even your fucking man. You a nose and air ass bitch. That's what you are. That being said, I feel like there were too many points awarded for that category because the way that it shifted the entire competition.
Yeah.
The walk is giving too much. The percentage is too much. Shannon ended up winning the ball for her whole family, which is kind of wild when you consider they had one of the lowest scores of the night.
Bitch, the scoring, the judging, Legendary be doing some weird ass shit.
That being said, congratulations to House of Balenciaga. Obviously, we are big Mother Shannon stands over here at Sibling Watchery.
Sure.
And let's get into this motherfucking battle.
The best battle of the season. It was so good. Jamil was fine, but like Malik is giving me not quite Michaela energy, but very like a fierce Voguer, and I really enjoyed watching Malik Vogue.
And I was really enjoying Jamil. Like I thought that Jamil was doing some great moments where he would like stomp the other person.
That was cute. I love when vulnerable people do that. They're like.
I also love this move. This move here. Like Jamil was like trying to take his opponent down. I was like, Jamil is not playing games on this evening, honey.
But they were also in the bottom. Like this is their third time in the bottom. It was loved them, but it was time to go. But I'm happy Mugler stayed, and it was time for Icon to go. They have been struggle busting it, girl.
Girl, full on struggle busting it. And how many? Wait, 2 times now Balenciaga has
yes.
won a trophy.
Interesting. How is this bet going for you, babe?
I think it's gonna be going pretty great when you're doing your Vogue performance, and I'm critiquing you because Tishy wins.
Okay, we did not decide on that. We have not decided on that. That is what
I made up I told you what I want. You talk about what you want. I told you what I want.
Well, we have to agree. That's not how bets work. We have to agree on something.
I'm good.
Then no one will be doing anything. How about that?
I'm good.
Okay.
Not your sore loser. You're already a sore loser. You ain't even
I'm
lost.
not a sore loser. This is not how things work. We have to agree.
So now you get to pick. You get to pick my stipulations too.
I didn't say that I get to pick. We have to agree on what they are, babe.
Interesting.
Well,
if Monet wins, I'll wear the sponge dress. If I win, Monet has to do the performance.
No, that's not even fair.
You chose the sponge dress. You said that.
Okay, and then you said the redhead wig thing first.
I changed my mind.
Well, I have
changed my mind.
I'm gonna change my mind. If I win, you have to wear the sponge dress on a full episode of We're Here as your look. Exactly. It's not fair, is it? It's not weighted equally, is it?
That doesn't even make sense. I'm not worried.
If I win, I want you to wear the sponge dress as your look on an episode of We're Here. I want you to walk into the town of Baton Rouge, Skibbity Bobbity Boop, California, and in the sponge dress.
You are ridiculous. You are a ridiculous person.
That's my rules. I made the Monet. Bob, I said what I want.
You are impossible. Everyone, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Watchery.
Bye.